Christian Horner has confessed to passing up on the opportunity to sign Oscar Piastri to the Red Bull Junior program. Piastri will make his Formula One debut for McLaren next season after a contract dispute with Alpine was recently resolved by the Contract Recognition Board. The Australian was sublime throughout his junior Formula career, taking championship victories in Formula 3 and Formula 2 in successive years before developing his talent as Alpine reserve driver this season. Piastri raced for Horner's former team Ardent International during his early career, and the Red Bull team principal confessed he missed out on the talent. 2023 is set to be an exciting year for Aston Martin, with Fernando Alonso replacing Sebastian Vettel, and with former Red Bull employee Dan Fallows set to have a leading role in next season's design. This season has been one to forget for the Silverstone-based team, who currently occupy ninth in the Constructors' Championship. They'll be hoping that the addition of Alonso will boost their chances next year to return to the middle of the table, something they drastically need. The 41-year-old will be bringing a wealth of experience with him as he sets his sights on reaching 400 GP starts before he retires. Las Vegas will debut on next year's calendar as the penultimate round of the 24-event season. The 50-lap race will take place on November 18th, marking the first Saturday race in Formula One since 1985. Practice will take place on Thursday with qualifying on Friday night. A 3.8-mile street track will incorporate 17 corners and a stretch of Las Vegas' iconic strip. The Las Vegas Grand Prix is going to take F1 race weekends to the next level, said Formula One CEO Stefano Domenicali. Ferrari's Carlos Sainz is the latest driver to sing the praises of the championship leader, who boasts an almost uncatchable 116-point lead over the Spaniard's teammate Charles Leclerc. Sainz, who's had a mixed season, recognized Verstappen's ability to recover from mistakes, highlighting the Spanish GP and the race at the Hungaroring, where he spun on the exit of the penultimate corner and still won. "I think he's had a very strong season," said the Ferrari driver. "He's done very little mistakes. Whenever he's done mistakes, like in Spain, he spun in the same place than me. In Hungary he spun. He's recovered from the mistakes and gone win. Since the first 3 races, they've also been super reliable, and you add up all those things and he's having an incredible season, and I think he deserves it," said Sainz. Ex-F1 driver Mark has hailed Aston Martin's Lance Stroll as the perfect number 2, with the Canadian not being super talented, but still being better than people think. Stroll has faced a largely disappointing season, however, so has retiring teammate Sebastian Vettel. Aston Martin have failed to design a car that is capable of consistently finishing in the points, with the Silverstone-based team currently occupying ninth in the Constructors' Championship. Whilst it has been a tough year for Stroll, it can't be forgotten that the 23-year-old is a 3-time podium finisher and has a sole pole position to his name. Stroll claimed an incredible pole at the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix, which saw the circuit become unbelievably slippery following a heavy downpour. Schurer is convinced that Stroll is a good driver, but that he's not the super talent like a Vettel or an Alonso. He is a number 2 driver. Suggested to Binotto, Red Bull had also made gains in weight saving with its RB18 compared to Ferrari with its F1-75, which for both teams has proven problematic this year. Binotto was skeptical. He added, "I don't know what they are doing, where they are with the weight. I can only see what I read on the internet and not much more than that, so the comparison is certainly not the right comparison." Having said that, if they would have been overweight, certainly there is potential that if you are attacking it, it is giving you a car performance advantage. But in terms of the minimum weight, maybe they do not have any more that type of development that is possible. Following months of negotiations between Formula One CEO Stefano Domenicali, the circuits and race promoters, the FIA confirmed a record-breaking 24-race schedule had been approved following an e-vote by members of the World Motorsport Council. This was believed to have been done with the blessing of Formula One management and the 10 teams. It has emerged, however, via sources with good knowledge of the situation, that the teams were given just 3 hours' notice on Tuesday morning of the calendar being voted upon by the WMSC, posing problems. The late-season triple-header, in particular, that takes in the United States, Mexico, and Brazil has still to be formally approved by the teams. It is believed the trio of races will ultimately be signed off, but the way the FIA has handled the situation by effectively jumping the gun without formal ratification has still led to a degree of disquiet. Formula One was also forced to scramble to officially confirm a new 3-year deal for the Monaco Grand Prix after the Blue Ribbon race was announced on the calendar. Up until that point, the future of the event had been in doubt. In addition, there was also confirmation on the calendar of a July 28-30 date for the Belgian Grand Prix, breaking with tradition in recent years as the Spa-Francorchamps race is always the first after the summer break at the end of August. That brings an end to today's video. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below.